So today's video is simple. We're going to talk about the MSG Sphere and how it is probably, there it is behind me, one of the biggest possible financial disasters in this city's history. Do I think it's going to be cool? Heck yeah! But is it what they say it is? So stay tuned. We're going to talk about the MSG Sphere as we walk a little bit through the Wynn and look at some of the most expensive cars you'll ever see. We're going to see more cars than people's values of homes today, and take a walk over there and get some cool like drone-y type shots. My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. Let's go. So believe it or not, I already went to the wrong floor, but now that we're here, let's talk about this show. I think this is on indefinite hiatus. I went to one, which is not one. Well, it is one, but we got to go back up to the casino level. I get confused and lost in these buildings. Do you guys get confused and lost in buildings in Vegas? Tell me if that's the case. You can see what I did. I just went to the first floor. You have to go to the casino floor. Now the rules for filming in casinos are simple. I told the security guard watching over one of the most expensive cars you'll ever see, it's gonna be used in the F1 race, that I'm gonna be doing this. And he said, it's fine. Just don't go near the casino floors. But here we are, another parking level. My goodness, let's get out into the Wynn and take a look at this as we walk over to the MSG Sphere and explain the problems with the Sphere as we go. Hey everybody, I need to do a little hard stop on the video right now because that whole part I just mentioned about how I got permission to film in the casino, yeah, well actually in the part I can't show you, and I will show you in a future video and I'll explain that in a minute, I thought I was going to jail. I figured I was going to be in handcuffs. It was the most intense experience I've had in a Vegas casino in 20 years. But instead of me just vilifying and complaining about the security at Wynn, which are not all this way, actually the majority of not all of the security at Wynn have treated me with tons of respect in the past, this one guard had me thinking I was definitely going to be put in cuffs. So without proper context, it makes no sense. I'd rather make a video that's useful to you and show you and tell you what do you do if you get caught in a casino and a guard wants to really come down hard on you like he did on me. So subscribe, hit the bell, get that video in the future because I know you're not going to want to miss it. We're going to make a video here in the next few weeks or even sooner. You never know. So subscribe today. And I will also update you that a lot of what I said in the second part of this video about the financial challenges facing this project and why it might be in trouble, well, MSG, who owns Hakkasan Group and the Sphere, sold Hakkasan for $500 million this week. I guess I was partially right. I'll take this second right now to say subscribe to our Patreon. We have a Patreon. It's how we help support and fund these. And if you do subscribe, you're going to get your name at the credits of these types of videos, like the people at the end of this video. Stay tuned for that. And also, you're going to get videos early and extra content. I have a video going up this week, which I cannot even put on YouTube. I have to host it on Vimeo because YouTube would ban it because of the content. So if you want to get early content, extra content, go check out our Patreon. 16 cents a day is the minimum buy-in. I think you can afford that. Now back to the video. I'm going to snap my fingers. You're going to see me laughing like a jackal and a hyena because of this experience I had with a security guard. Are you subscribed yet? We'll talk to you guys on the other side. Let's go. Hey, look, there's an F1 car behind me. I am at a total loss of words right now. How's it going? I can't believe you just did that. Anyway, this fine gentleman behind me, he told me don't go past this line because we can't, because it's the state level. We don't want the state seeing people recording. So what we got going on here is these are electric cars, basically very expensive things for very expensive collectors. That is an electric Ferrari, obviously not full size, and this is, I can't remember what this is. It's basically a $180,000 go-kart, guys. The big boys that'll be here racing. 804 horsepower, 590 pounds per foot of torque. I don't know what any of this means, but it does go 204 miles per hour. McLaren Special Operations and Lando Norris. I really thought it was Chuck Norris, because this is the kind of car that Chuck Norris would drive. All right, so he let me know, the guy in the blue suit who put on a face mask after I talked to him without the camera. They really don't want to be identified on camera, and I get it, I respect it. He let me know that there's actually more cars this way, but I gotta do like some weird maze. So let's go and check out the rest of the promenade tons of stuff coming soon, tons of high-end shopping here. Let's get some footage on that. And some of the best looking backgrounds you'll see in the entire city, I swear to you. But let's go see some more cars, and then let's go talk about the giant boondoggle. I believe that is the MSG Sphere, which is not far from here. So I can't stress enough how much we want to actually observe the rules of the casino. So from here on in, we won't have any filming until we get to the really cool area with all of the decorations, and then hopefully some more hot cars, and then we're gonna go back outside and see what's happening and changing. So the Sphere is a big problem. I mean, it's a theater, kind of, but a giant movie screen, kind of. Not a theater like Awakening over here. The actual Sphere concept itself comes out of MSG and a couple of other partners, and the concept is simple. They want to actually put these spheres in places like LA, Las Vegas, London, England, probably Dubai, because everything Vegas does, Dubai has to do too. It's a big, giant entertainment complex with screens and technology that they've sent into space to beta test. But why are they doing this in Vegas, and how are they going to make their money back? That's the big question. All right, we can't go over past this line. This is our kryptonite, so let's get back to the other side now. Oh, there's the F1 cars. Oh, they're behind glass. Okay, well, this hasn't been much, but they're F1 cars. You know, it actually should occur to me that I did do that video about the rise and fall of Steve Wynn. If you've not seen that video, I highly encourage you to go watch it. It was a great video, and as of now, it looks like it might actually break 500,000 views. Thank you for doing that. You guys are the ones that pushed it there. So be sure to subscribe to this channel to get more little documentaries. So again, that's the casino floor. We can't go any further. So now we're gonna just snap our fingers and be outside. And this is where we're gonna actually snap. Snap, snap, I can't snap, but you get the picture. So now that I'm out here, I'll show you something. A common question I get a lot is, what kind of camera am I using to film stuff? I have professional cameras, but today we're not going to use that. We're going to use an Insta360 360 camera while I film on a camera that looks almost identical to this little puppy right here. So the deal with the Sphere, it's a movie theater. I'm just going to get it out into the open. It's a movie theater that is going to be about 18,000 seats large. U2 is going to be introducing the very first shows to the world when it opens, and nobody knows when that's going to even be, but they have a residency happening for, I think it was 12 non-consecutive weekends. The Sphere is very close to where we are right now, right off of the corner of Sands, I believe it is, right across from behind the Venetian. But will it make its money back? That's the big question. And I don't think it's going to make its money back, if I'm going to be totally frank and honest with you, because at $2.something billion, I'll put it on the screen right here, it is the most expensive project of its kind for a venue like this anywhere in Vegas, even superseding Allegiant Stadium, which was only $1.7 billion, and even that had some cost overruns, but it's relatively paid for itself. That's a 65,000 seat venue. This is an 18,000 seat venue. That's a venue where you can have everything from a convention, be it a standard trade convention or a political convention. You can have a Garth Brooks concert, you can have a Raiders game, you could have the World Cup of Soccer, heck, you could have the Olympics at Allegiant. You can't do that here. And once I tell you in a few minutes what's actually going to be going on there as we get into the nuts and bolts and give you some money and some prices, none of it's going to make sense to you either. So let's just hope that this isn't a boondoggle, because from insider information I have from somebody that tells me that there could be a company that might lose its entire company. It could go bankrupt because of what they've put into this. So MSG Sphere, let's go and set up the camera. So this is known as Sands Avenue, named after the old hotel that used to stand here, which is now the Venetian and the Palazzo. And we can see the Trump Tower behind us. That's the main fashion show mall. My main concerns about this street are that I don't think this street is very safe. So this is going to be the main way that people are going to be getting down to the MSG Sphere. We're going to get to the impossible numbers of the Sphere and why, in the end, if you watch through to the end of this video, I think this is actually going to be a money-making proposition, even though the numbers don't make sense in a minute. But as we walk down, let me just tell you, this is a little walkway to one of the rougher parts of Vegas. The only place I was ever legitimately scared at when it was 2 a.m. My wife and I were in transition coming back into the city, and lots of cars, and I had to go to a Roberto's Tacos run. I thought I was going to Roberto's Tacos, but it really wasn't Roberto's Tacos. Let me tell you, it was dicey, and I thought for a minute there I was in trouble. So is this a good road for people to be walking down? I don't know. I mean, unless all this stuff gets monetized with shops, or there's just big roaming crowds, I guess there's power in numbers of the crowds. But look at the crowds in front of Allegiant when concerts get out. They're pretty heavy, so we'll see. You might have noticed I'm wearing different clothes, and it's a different day. I lost all my audio on the first run through, so I said that's not good enough to just try to narrate it. I'm gonna come down and do the whole thing all over again. So give yourself a like if you notice that I'm wearing a different shirt, and give us a subscription for coming out into this area again, parking and fighting the crowds to make sure the second part of this video is just as good as the first. Subscribe to the channel for that. So as we get closer to the Sphere itself, let's talk about some impossible numbers that they have to hit if they weren't doing a secret thing that I think MSG is really good at. That's the company, you remember, that owns this whole entire thing. So this Sphere has 18,000 seats, all right? It has technology that has literally flown into outer space to be tested. High resolution cameras. It's all decked out and skinned in LED video display screens, and the inside is like nothing you've ever seen before. The main issue though that they're facing is just a numbers game. If we take the number of seats, 18,000, and then we say maybe every ticket costs $200, then it would take them, on average, filling it up every day, day in, day out, over 560 consecutive days to actually make this a financial success and just break even for their initial price tag of $2.1 billion. But it's not going to be the typical shows that you might think, Taylor Swift, Bruno Mars, but no, it's actually going to be movies. Yeah, the first movies have actually been announced since I started filming this video last week. Now I'm here again filming it a second time for you, so you should subscribe for that. But $40 a seat? Yeah, there's something else funky going on with this place, which is right behind me right now, and you're going to learn about that when I give you guys some more information on it in just a minute. So at the end of the day, the big question is, can it make money? That's why people and companies do things. The company MSG that put all of this money, $2.17 or so billion into the Sphere, they might be in big trouble if this doesn't work, but I think it will work. Let me explain. See, the company, from what I've heard, allegedly rumor mill, took out big loans on this based on a skyscraper they're building in Manhattan, in New York, their home territory. The problem is nobody wants to work in offices anymore, so they're having a little trouble getting their money back on that. If this goes broke, who knows what's in the cards for them? Allegedly, I don't know for sure. That's just from a good, strong source that I have. Now, will this make money? I think the answer is yes. You might say, Steven, you're crazy. They don't want to wait almost 2 years to get their money back. It's not about that. You see, it's about the surface of this building. It's about everybody in that monorail that just passed us, in that bus, seeing a giant ad on the front of this building. Vegas is really just the world's largest billboard, proven by Resorts World, Harmon Corner, the new 63 retail development across from Harmon Corner, and every other giant digital display out here that can cram monetization into its surface. So I just believe this is a Trojan horse for advertising, and I think it will be successful financially. Whether or not it's going to fill the seats with people paying to see 360 movies, that's a whole nother gamble that they're willing to take. So you tell me what you think in the comments below. Once again, my name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. High effort video where we came out a second time to re-record the end. So throw us a subscription and a like. Stay tuned to the channel. We got lots more great videos that are like this, little travel bloggy things coming up. I love you, sweet Caroline. Can't wait till you get home this year later on. And I love everybody else watching this. Thank you so much. Check out the Patreon while you're at it. See this version of this, the versions of this early works in progress as I post them, and get way more content for as low as 16 cents a day. Now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready? Look at the camera. Lots of cars, and we say 3, 2, 1, and click.